Warning: if you don't like the topics, don't watch it. Justin Trudeau says that Trump's obsession with talking about annexing Canada is simply a distraction from the fact that Americans will pay higher prices on everything imported from Canada due to his tariffs. Breaking news: Justin Trudeau responds to Trump's treat to annex Canada. The fires are still raging in Los Angeles. The incompetent Poles have no idea how to put them out. Thousands of magnificent houses are gone, and many more will soon be lost. There is death all over the place. This is one of the worst catastrophes in history of your country. They just can't put out the fires. What's wrong with them? Gulf of how does this lower grocery prices? I got charged $1 for being a white American. This is racist bullshit. Read this, then read it again. Washington AP: incoming senior Trump administration officials have begun questioning career civil servants who work on the White House National Security Council about who they voted for in the 2024 election, their political contributions, and whether they have made social media posts that could be considered incriminating by President-elect Donald Trump's team, according to a U.S. official familiar with the matter. To hell with Ukraine at this point. I'm looking forward to Putin cannibalizing it, and no, I'm not Putin shill. I'm a fed-up American taxpayer, sick and tired of this bullshit smoke and mirror spook show, and you should be too. Vital Los Angeles firefighting equipment was handed to Ukraine, reports show, as Americans new caught in raging inferno. In 2022, Los Angeles donated equipment due to expire and be replaced, like hoses, helmets, and nozzles that were sitting in a warehouse. Kearns donated a retired fire truck in 2024. None of this equipment could have been used to fight this fire due to code. 22-year-old Massachusetts man beat by college students after going to meet a 18-year-old woman he met on dating app in To Catch a Predator-esque setup. Why don't they use geoengineering like cloud seeding to bring rain down on the wildfires in California? They know how to do it. Was really expecting something about space lasers, but this works. You're in Congress, why don't you convene a geoengineering rain commission? Canadian super scooper plane grounded after hitting civilian drone over Los Angeles wildfires. Drone collides with firefighter aircraft over Palisades fire, FAA says. Khalif Browder spent 3 years in Rikers Island for allegedly stealing a backpack because he couldn't afford bail. Donald Trump will spend no time in prison after being convicted of 30 for felonies because he had the wealth and resources to be president. That's not a justice system. RFACJRB. I was at the bottom of my class. I started doing heroin and I went to the top of my class. Suddenly, could sit still and I could read. Borowitz sport. It's tragic that Jeffrey Epstein died without knowing he could have been Attorney General. Socialism is when the fire department arrives. Capitalism is when insurance company refuses to pay. We sent $250 billion to Ukraine, and yet, we can't get water to fight fires in California. They always strangely leave out another country that's receiving a large amount of money from the US. In March 2022, Musk shitposts about challenging Putin to physical combat. Exactly a month later, journalists revised evidence linking Musk to Jeffrey Epstein using Kung Fu practice as code. Now, we know Musk has been in constant with Putin since then. We should invade Greenland and Panama. Hell yeah. We should help Ukraine defend itself. New, that's pro-war. I have a feeling this meme format is going to get a lot of use over the next 4 years. We should invade Greenland and Panama. Hell yeah. We should help Ukraine defend itself. New, that's pro-war. We're trapped in a game of Monopoly where oligarchs own all the property, and the rest of us are simply making our way around the board, trying to avoid financial ruin. They've also bought the bank and the government, so they can change the rules to their liking. It's a game over or time for a reset. Trump orders U.S. flag full height before end of 30-day mourning period following Carter's death. Flags are supposed to fly half-staff at the end of January out of respect for former President Jimmy Carter, who died on December 19. Both President Joe Biden, Democrat, and Florida Gov. Ron DeSantis, a Republican, directed that U.S. flags be flown at half-staff for 30 days from the date of Carter's death, or thought January 28. The Heritage Foundation is threatening to go after writers and editors of Wikipedia. It's time to donate some more money if you can. It's one of the only places that's safeguarding facts. Explain why canceling $1,900 billion in student debt is a handout, but a $1,900 billion tax cut for rich people was a stimulus. Trump sentenced to unconditional discharge in New York hush money case. Lara Trump. I would really love for someone out there to explain to me how climate change is the reason that the reservoirs were dry. Liberal jurisdictions double down on climate alarmism. Just as we have always stood ready to support other nations, Iran is prepared to assist Canada, Mexico, Panama, and Greenland against U.S. aggression and terrorism. Reports of lots of looting in Los Angeles now. WTF. These residents are evacuating their home, and their friends are helping them move their possessions, as previously reported by news station Keetla 5. While Trump is trolling Canada about annexing it, Canadians are in Los Angeles tonight dropping water on the Palisades fire. He's a disgrace. Mark Zuckerberg, recipient of world's first red transplant, announces Meta will stop fact-checking. Business news. Facebook founder and convicted Mark Zuckerberg, dead at 36, says social media sites should not fact-check posts. Zuckerberg, who dead of coronavirus and complications from syphilis at his home near Facebook headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska, says it is not Facebook's role to be the arbiter of truth. He has succeeded in death. If these guys don't buy into the story that they are on opposite sides of a ferocious battle of existential importance between two wildly different ideologies, then why should you? Elections have consequences. Trumpland, the 51st state, untitled states, anti-European moat, the other side of the wall, Gulf of America. You guys realize the president threatening to invade out allies is bad actually, right? You people are unhinged freaks, y'all need to be locked up for real. Breaking. Majority of Greenland support joining the untitled states. According to a new Patriot polling survey, the total population of Greenland, according to the most recent data available, is approximately 56,916 people. Therefore, the sample size of 416 from Patriot polling survey represents 416 out of 56,916 total population. This equates to roughly 73 of Greenland's Inuit population. Niv. We interviewed an Avarge farming family in Greenland, and they expressed optimism for being purchased by the US. The only minority destroying this country are the billionaires. Donald Trump thinks water flows downhill from Canada because they're north of us. God help us all. Tesla forced all workers to take a 10% pay cut from mid-April until July. In the same period, Tesla stock skyrocketed and CEO Elon Musk's net worth quadrupled from $25 billion to over $100 billion. Musk is a modern-day robber baron. All Tesla workers also get stock, so their compensation increased proportionately. You are a modern-day woke is knowing that invading Panama and Greenland will not reduce the price of eggs. Khloe Kardashian is smack-talking Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass over the wildfires. In 2022, Khloe used roughly 101,000 gallons of water over the allotted limit during a drought. Her sister Kim Kardashian used 232,000 gallons over the limit. In 1 month, Bish needs to sit TF down. We got yelled at so much for calling you fuckers. And the minute you get elected, you're all, let's take Canada. Let's take the UK. Let's the Greenland. Right now, Brianna Boston is under house arrest, charged with terrorism, and faces 15 years prison for saying, delay, defend, deny your next to an insurance company, while Judge Conahan, who trafficked kids for $2.8 million cash, and enabled several child deaths, is out free. This is America. John Fetterman to be first Democratic U.S. Senator to visit Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Fetterman to be first sitting Democratic U.S. Senator to visit Trump at Mar-a-J. Zuckerberg removed fact-checking and added Dana White to the Meta board. Bezos is paying Melanie Trump $40 million for a documentary on Amazon. Kevin O'Leary is trying to buy TikTok. ABC paid Trump $15 million to settle a frivolous lawsuit. Elon Musk bought Twitter and turned it onto a right-wing propaganda machine. The MAGA media takeover is in full swing. It's funny, Zuck says, I started building social media to give people a voice, when in fact, he started building social media to publicly rate the hotness of undergrads. Trump and Republicans demonized and trashed LGBTQ folks, especially trans Americans, during the 2024 campaign. Jesse Waters found a new tryst: the gays are getting guns. I thought Republicans were supposed to love the Second Amendment. The queer people who are buying guns to prepare for Trump's America. Just so everyone is clear, Los Angeles is under duress. Mexico sends help. Canada sends help. Ukraine sends help. Americans send help. Trump-elect sends insults. Republicans send treats. MAGA sends conspiracies. MeTG sends insanity. Who exactly loves America? Who exactly is the enemy of the people? Waters, Canada. The fact that they don't want us to take them over makes me want to invade. I want to quench my imperialist thirst. Trump vows very serious tariffs against Canada. Canada ranks 15th on World Happiness Index. USA is 23rd. Canada ranks 24th on World Democracy Index. USA is 36th. Canada ranks 11th on World Peace Index. USA is 132 end. Canada's debt is 1T. USA's is 36T. If MAGAs were smart, they'd adopt Canadian policy and be happier, safer, more democratic, and less in debt. If you depart President Musk for lying his immigration papers, you could seize his assets to help balance the budget. Fuck you, dirty fuck you, trashy cracker. Visibility limited. This post may violate X's rules against hateful conduct.
Women.